اوكي شكرا هذا السنة. জয়েন করেছে ডক্টর সাথী চেক করে স্পিকার জয়েন করেছে কিনা দেখছি ভিডিও ঠিক আছে যা আসছে আসো যা আসছে আসো এখন করো পরে দেখছি এখন করো পরে এখন কথা বলো অন হয়ে গেছে মাইক কি হলো জয়েন করেছে করেনি তুমি ঢুকতে দাও
আমি বসে আছি।
দাঁড়াও আমি জিজ্ঞেস করি এক সেকেন্ড
আচ্ছা
Good morning and welcome to all. My name is Jit Chatterjee.
And today we are the anchor of this event.
First of all, we apologize for delay for some technical glitch. Now, we would request our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Accreditation Research and Advanced Studies, sir, to kindly say some words.
Good morning everyone the of gas my dear faculty colleagues and dear students actually we are a bit behind the schedule so I would not prolong my discussion now because there is a very eminent speaker who is waiting for the program to begin and we are happy that she is here. The Bioprofile will be read out by the Isal members here. But just I would like to share certain personal experiences of working with her. I know that she's a very, dedicated researcher and intense investigator in that sense. I just give one instance and I will close that perhaps you do not know that the electronic waste, which is recovered or from where the useful materials are extracted, that is not done very systematically, and it is still in the unorganized manner. I believe it has not changed much since then, and it is done normally in a bit hush manner, if I may say so. And I know, dared to go to those places and try to figure out how they're doing it, how much of that is being done, and they were a bit suspicious why someone is coming and investigating where. It is again, I say, not very systematic or scientific. It might have certain legal or punitive consequences. So, but despite that, she continued to do her work in spite of such resistances, and I know she is very, very committed person. And I am not talking about her, credentials, and that will be immediately be told very soon. And I only hope that the participants really enjoy the talk and they benefit from this course. Welcome to the speaker, Dr. Swati Nandi Chakravarti. Please join, and I hand over the mic to the anchors. Thank you. Thank you.
As we are about to begin the lecture session,
Before I would like to read about Srimati Dr. Swati Nandi Chakravarti. Dr. Swati Nandi Chakravarti is an environment enthusiast and researcher with added proficiency on the implementation of sustainable development, e-waste management, health risk assessment, and eco-entrepreneurial solution development. Dr. Swati is also a regular columnist in multiple English and regional daily newspapers, has been working closely with various governmental and non-governmental agencies, lending research and consulting support to address multiple issues concerning her pipeline of work. She received lots of awards from different organizations to recognize her zeal, commitment, and proficiency towards her professional research that essentially tries to merge the theoretical concept along with its practical counterpart. In addition to her academic pursuits, Dr. Swati holds a postgraduate diploma in biotechnology business management, enriching her perspective on translating science into viable eco-enterprise. Her work also intersects with environmental and grassroots initiatives. She also deeply engaged in organic farming practice and sustainable rural development through capacity building projects and regularly delivered invited talk at academic, civics, and policy platforms to promote eco-conscious entrepreneurship. She is actively involved in the different environment awareness program, conservation of biodiversity. Swati did her PhD in environment biotechnology with an area of research being health impact assessment owing to heavy metal stress and pollution. She has gathered knowledge from Indian Institute of Chemical Biology, Rose Institute, JNU during her research work. In the field of environmental impact analysis, the author as the principal investigator has successfully completed several externally funded projects. She supervised a number of master and PhD students and published several high-impact articles in national and international journals. Her research area of interest is abiotic stress, bacterial taxonomy, biopolymer, and bioplastic. Received UNESCO fellowship visit Sao Paulo University Brazil, and Swinburne, University of Technology, Malaysia as visiting scientist. She is a West Bengal State Chair, Indian Circular Economy Wing of G100, All Ladies League, WCCI, and President of Future of Nature Foundation. Up next, we will conduct an online session with our expert Srimati Dr. Swatinandi Chakravarti through a WebEx meeting link. Stay tuned for some valuable insight.
Okay, madam, you may take over.
Am I audible? Yes, ma'am. Am I audible? Should I share the presentation? It's on the bottom of the Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible? Yes, yes, ma'am. You are.
Yes, am I audible?
It's very actually to Is it visible? Is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, we can hear you.
Okay. So should start now. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So I'm starting now. My slide is visible to you. My slide is visible. My slide is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So thank you, Sikkim University, for inviting me for this insightful lectures. And really, I'm grateful to this detailed answer for giving me this opportunity to speak with the august audience, like those who are. I can guess that they are the coming entrepreneurs. So my topic is the turning trash into treasures. So entrepreneurial approach to waste challenges. Before starting my main topic, I first give brief introductions about that what exactly the entrepreneurship is. So there are the process, different kind of like the designing, launching, and running a new business. It's basically called the entrepreneurships that are new models that the capacity and willingness to develop and organize and manage a business venture that could be the on any subjects area. That is not only that it should be in agricultural field only. So there, in a larger context, it could be anything that there the people those who have the innovative mind, they can come up with a new business venture, their proposals and with that projects. And who exactly the entrepreneur? So this entrepreneur is basically a French word. I think everybody knows these things. This entrepreneur means to undertake the certain activities. Like all the time that there are definitely any product that should be developed out of it, and there the sales and market the product. It is very important. Like suppose I have made one product, but that is not properly marketized, then it could not be the success story for an entrepreneur. So there are the different, like the various overheads, like the pay rates of lands, building, and then the labor, then the interest on capitals, so many things that one entrepreneurs who will be become entrepreneur, they need to take that muscles for to run their products into their markets. So in the latter, they can see or they can get or generate the profit out of it. So of course, before going to any specific entrepreneurial objects, because my topic was that of how to get the product out of the trash. And we know that to identify the product is very, which could be the recycling. As after work with the environment, just I'm giving you one thing. If it I'm not audible, just and we use
Hello, ma'am. 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 Hello.
Ma'am, your voice is cracking.
Video.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, but your voice is cracking.
Am I audible? Okay. Let me see.
Fine. Like, is that audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Now it's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Now it is fine.
Now it is fine. Now
Is it fine? Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, please share your content. You are sharing the WebEx.
Now you are able to see the presentations. Are you able to see my slides? Are you able to see my slide? Yes?
Yes,
Madam, please use the brochure.
Because from outside echoing is coming. So much echo, the noise is coming.
Madam, can you
Are
please
you able to see my
share the
slides? Are you able to see my slides?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me continue then. So there, the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur, of course, he should have the self-motivations. And there are the involvement with the work is very much necessary. And they must have to plan. So ability to plan that what he wants to execute. And then the rule breakings. So something like we have seen that whatever in a path, like anyone should, always if you go on that path, it is not always that you can see any ray of lights. So it is that the visionaries, so they are basically like they are seeing the other sides of the coin. So it is very important. And there the passion of work and sticking at it, like what exactly we want, that you have to stick on your projects. Like if you want to develop any product, that you have to stick on that work that exactly you want to pursue. And the tolerance level, it is very important that you have
Hello,
to
madam.
be-
Hello.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not able to see your screen. What you are sharing. So can you please?
You are not able to see.
Yes, yes, madam. I'm not able to see your slides.
Okay, let me check.
Please, madam, do one thing. Please reshare your screen. Okay.
Okay, okay, now I'm doing again.
Click on the windows.
So primarily it was visible.
No, no, no. I'm not able to visit. I'm not able to see that.
Okay, let me see.
Please share your and select the content. Content. তোমার ফোনটা দাও তো।
Where is this content you were saying? Because here it is showing that sharing.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Yes, I am telling you that steps that is how you can share your screen. Okay. Do one thing. Please go to the settings. The three dot visible in. Hello.
Settings of what? Here
Settings,
I can see
settings
that
of the
there
web.
is a share option is there.
Share option is there, na? Share option is there. Just it is saying that the content or camera. Okay.
No, it is showing that optimize for text and images. What? So I'm selecting that.
No, no, no. Below that, below in that below of the screen, you can see that there is sharing file. There is another
Okay.
option, file.
Optimize
Right?
for motion and videos. That one.
No, 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 no. Below of the screen, below of the
Options.
there are 4 options: camera, 3D, photo, and file.
Select file option.
Are you able to
No,
understand, ma'am?
actually it is. No, it is showing in the shared option that click share to share the content in the meeting. So I have select that one. There they are saying that optimized for motion and videos or optimized for text and images. And as only my content is having the text and image, I have select that one. Okay. So now I'm sharing. So here it is coming the window or entire screen. So I'm giving the window. So now I think you will able to see. Just check.
Okay, madam. I'm checking, ma'am.
Are you able to see that presentations?
No, ma'am.
Is it visible? Is it
No, ma'am.
visible?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. No, will.
Just check once.
No, ma'am.
Is it visible?
Ma'am, please, when you share the screen, select the whole screen option. Because you are sharing the
Entire
WebEx page.
screen.
Huh, ma'am?
Okay.
Yes, entire screen. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Entire screen.
It is showing. Just let me know it is showing or not.
No, ma'am.
I don't know what happened exactly.
Only showing participant name.
Yes.
Ma'am is only showing participant name.
Now.
No, ma'am.
We covered that.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, tell me. Is it okay?
No, ma'am. Here, there is option share, right? In the bottom of the your screen.
Yes, share is their option.
Just click on the share. Okay. Just click on the share, and after that, you have to go there, entire screen.
Now is it okay?
No, ma'am.
Why it is not happening? I don't know. Let me check.
Use my screen.
হ্যালো
I'm showing.
হ্যাঁ স্যার আপনি কি আমার হ্যাঁ হুম এন্টার স্ক্রিন হ্যাঁ কিন্তু এন্টার স্ক্রিনেতে আমি যখন করছি তখন কিন্তু শেয়ারটা পুরোটা হচ্ছে না আমি সেটাই করছি হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আমি গেলাম এন্টার স্ক্রিনেতে গেলাম কিন্তু শেয়ারের বলতে আসছে না এটাই হয়ে গেছে আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে আমি দেখছি হুম হুম ওকে ওকে Okay, I'm trying to rejoin because the maybe some hang was there, so that's why just let me do one rejoining.
Okay, ma'am.
হ্যালো, বলছি স্যার, সমস্যাটা কি একটু বলবেন? আমি একজন ডেভেলপার, ওয়েব পেজ ডেভেলপার। তো বললে হয়তো সমস্যার সমাধান করে দিতে পারি।
ম্যাম স্ক্রিন শেয়ার করছেন কিন্তু মানে ওনার শুধু ওয়েবএক্স এর স্ক্রিনটা শুধু শেয়ার হচ্ছে, আপনার যে কন্টেন্টটা সেটা শেয়ার করতে পারছেন না।
কিন্তু দুবার তো শো হলো, তারপরে আর
আর কিন্তু মানে ওনার ওয়েবএক্স যে সাইটটা ইয়ে হচ্ছে, শেয়ার হচ্ছে, কিন্তু ওনার যে কন্টেন্টটা যেটা উনি শেয়ার করতে চাইছেন সেটা শেয়ার করতে পারছেন না।
সেটা করার জন্য উম, যদি ল্যাপটপ অথবা
ভালো আছিস তো?
আইটি কেউ থাকলে তাকে বলো না শেয়ার করতে, কোনো এনিডেক্স নিয়ে যদি স্ক্রিনটাকে অন করা যায় তাহলেও তো।
হ্যালো, আরেকটু বাড়ি না, ভালো হয়ে যাবে।
উনি এখন লগ আউট করে নিয়েছেন, লগ আউট করে আবার লগ ইন করবেন।
ফোন করে তাহলে 1 মাসের মধ্যে গল্প দিয়ে দেবে, যেগুলো অনেক অনেক শীত না সেগুলো
অন করতে হবে। ল্যাপটপ শেয়ারে ট্যাপ করার পরে উপরে 4টা অপশন আসবে,
যে প্রথম
স্ক্রিন
দিন
অর অ্যাপ্লিকেশন। নেক্সট
আর
ফাইল,
ভালো মার্কস পেয়েছে।
ফাইলে গিয়ে যে ফাইলটা সিলেক্ট করতে চান সেটা সিলেক্ট করুন, চলে আসবে।
হয়েছে?
সিভিল ইঞ্জিনিয়ার ক্লাসরুমে স্যার আছেন মনে হয়, তো ওনাকে বলবো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
স্যার ভালো আছেন স্যার?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, আর তাহলে আমি প্রেজেন্টেশনটা পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি, ওখান থেকে কেউ একটা স্ক্রিন করে দিলেও হবে।
স্যার ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার, থ্যাংক ইউ।
ঠিক আছে।
আর 1 মাস পর অফিসারই অফিসার। ব্লকে স্যার, ব্লকে তো ইয়ে গ্রাজুয়েশন ইউনিভার্সিটি কিন্তু কাজ করে নানার কাছে তাহলে আমাদের অনেক অনেক অনেকগুলো লিখছে, অনেকজনকে লিখছে। হ্যাঁ 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 প্রমোশন মানে পজিশনই ছিল, লাস্ট বারে স্যাংশন ছিল আমাদের 200টা, তো 100টা আগের বারে বের করে। ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে স্যার। দিন আর জীবন কোনো মতে বাদ দেয় পরীক্ষা নয়, মেন্টাল পরীক্ষা। বলতে
না না
কিন্তু সব এজমালিটা ওইজমালি এটা ওইজমালি সম্পদের দখল সে অনুসারে এজমালিতেই আছে কিন্তু রেকর্ডে
মানে এরা দিয়ে হলো ঠিক করতে 6টাকে 6টাকে হ্যাঁ এই যে আসছে কি মানে ওই বললাম না মারা গেছে গেছিল অফিস ওই যে এখানে ইসুল আছে হাজিরা তো ওই গেছিল হাজিরা গেছিল রিমা দাস হ্যাঁ ওই যে ইও লেছে নোটিশও আছে সিগনেচার বিমানের স্ত্রী এই একটা সই করতে হবে এখানে
আচ্ছা শোনো তোমাদের বলতে না আমি বলছি এটা একটা মিস কেস তৈরি হয়েছে সম্পত্তি আপনাদের নামে রেকর্ড বেশি আছে বলেই একটা মিস কেস ফাইল করেছে বিএলআর অফিসে তো বিএলআর অফিসার আপনার চিঠি দিয়েছে আপনাদেরকে চিঠি দেওয়ার মানে হচ্ছে এখানে আমরা অমুক তারিখ ইনকোয়ারি করতে আসবো তাই তাহলে আমরা এখন ইনকোয়ারি করতে এসেছি আপনার সই করা এবং হাজিরাতে স্বাক্ষর করা আপনার নিজস্ব ব্যক্তিগত বিষয় আপনি না করতে পারেন আমাদের কোনো আপত্তি নাই যে আপনার জোর করতে আমরা করতে পারবো না কিন্তু এইটা সমাধান সূত্র হবে মোট 3বার কিন্তু নোটিশ হবে আপনার বলে দিচ্ছি সমস্ত প্রসিডিংটা থেকেও না সই করতে পারে সেটা আপনার বিষয় আপনি কিন্তু 3বার মোট নোটিশ হবে আপনি কিন্তু সই করলে আপনি না সই করে আমি জোর
মিটিং এ প্রবলেম হচ্ছে মিউট করবেন
আপনারা একটা মিস কেস তৈরি করেছে বের করার জন্য এই কথা আপনারা বলে দিন
এই কি আসছে
ঠিক আছে আপনি না করতে পারেন তার সই করতে পারেন
ঝামেলা ওর ও কোনো বাড়ি হাজির হয় না
বাস ঠিক আছে
তোমার কাকু নাই গ্রুপে শেয়ার করলেও তো হয় যখন এখানে ইস্যু হচ্ছে তাই না আমরা দেখে শুনে নেবো
আচ্ছা ভিজিবল কি কিছু হচ্ছিল স্লাইড কি কিছু ভিজিবল হয়েছিল
ম্যাডাম স্লাইড হয়নি কিন্তু আপনার ওই যে জিমেলে পেয়েছে সেটা হয়েছিল আপনি এন্টার স্ক্রিনটা করেননি শুধু ওই উইন্ডোটা পপ আপ হচ্ছিল
ওই জিমেল যাচ্ছে ওটা তো বুঝতেই পারছি না এই যে এইখানে এবার কি হয়েছে দেখুন তো একটু আমি পাঠিয়ে দিই প্রেজেন্টেশনস টু বুঝছো এইখানে চলো সব স্ক্রিনটা কিন্তু শেয়ার করে দাও হ্যাঁ যে ইমেলটা আছে ওইটা স্ক্রিন আছে মেলটা শো হচ্ছিল হ্যাঁ স্যার আচ্ছা আমি পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি এবারেও যায়নি না এবার একটুখানি একবার দেখে বলবেন আচ্ছা এবার কি হয়েছে আচ্ছা আমি পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি ঠিক আছে আমি জাস্ট হ্যাঁ বলুন .ind আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে হ্যাঁ আমি পাঠিয়ে ওইটাই তো শুধু সিলেক্ট কেন হ্যাঁ মানে আমার আইটিও এসে কোথায় প্রবলেম হচ্ছে ধরা যাচ্ছে না। হুম হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ আমি পেয়ে গেছি। ঠিক আছে। এবার ঠিক আছে, এবার শোনা যাচ্ছে তো? Am I audible? Yeah, ঠিক, okay, thank you. So sorry for the interruptions. So now we are starting with that. What exactly the entrepreneurships? Because we have like learned about that entrepreneurships is a new development of any product. So that could be a process or any kind of design that could launch a new business. So that is important, that we are going to launch a new business, and that has capacity to willingness basically to market any product. So that is the motto of entrepreneurships. My topic was that to become from trust to any solutions or the product as an environmentalist. So my always the options is that how to use the waste. So there basically the recycling and that the waste must be reused in this process of product development. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So now I'll show you that who is an entrepreneur. And this entrepreneur is basically a French word. And you know that this is French terms is that terminology is entrepreneurie. So just put the other things also in the slides. Next. So here we are seeing that there are the entrepreneur that certain activities or the new initiatives or which ultimately produces the product itself. So there the marketing is very important. Like suppose we are like producing a product, but if we are not able to marketize the product, then there is no meaning of that development of any product. Next. Next. Here are the few points that are basically comes when we are thinking about to become entrepreneurs. What are those? Like here we need to take a land or building that where the work will be done. So there must be the human resource, the laborers, those who will be work for that particular process. And next is the interest on that capital. Then what for we're doing that out of it, that we could not think that in preliminary level that there is the generations of the profit, but at the few days when it run, there we will like see that there must be the profit out of this product development. Next slide, please. So here I'm trying to show you that what are the basic factors one entrepreneur must have. Like wherever an entrepreneur is, like he may or he or she may start any kind of product, but that needs some qualities or the characteristics that will leads ultimately the successful entrepreneur. First thing is that the self-motivation. It is very important that the product choice, like what are basically their subject of the development that needs the self-motivated area that brings the product in the markets. And of course, the involvement with the whole process from root to the products. So whenever it is collecting any raw materials to how it will be becoming a finished product, that whole process need involvement from an entrepreneurs who are basically then going to a successful man. Then ability to plan, like you have to execute the work, it is good, But before of that, you have to plan everything, like how the process, from where the collections of the materials will come, then the how much the cost it will take, everything you need to plan. And there always you make another plan B. If it is not work, then in which way it could be solved. Then next is the rule breaking. We know it is very difficult, but sometimes it gives you some opportunity that everybody will not able to see. So that is the rule breakings rule of this become entrepreneurs, a successful entrepreneurs. And also the vision, like an entrepreneur can see the product out of it, like after 20 years, after 100 years, that how that product looks like. So he or she must be imaginaries, particular products. Otherwise, the visions will not come true in any day. So they must be a very good visionary persons out of it. Then sticking at it. See, there are, when you will be starting any work, there would be the profit, loss, or there are so many hurdles will come. But some of the time we have to stick on my work or that to develop something. The development is require very engagements with that events, engagements with the process, sticking on that particular concept. If you rapidly change your concept, then it will be very difficult for become a good entrepreneur in very short time. So there are the passion of work is very important for anything, if it is a design, if it is a development of product, whatever. And also the uncertainty or tolerance, like it is, we know that in this age, in particular in this chain younger society, they are becoming very like depends on the digitals and everything. But out of it, they must have to learn that how to become more tolerance of everything, every subject matters. Next slides. Next slide. Next slide, please. Next slides. Now I'm coming to my discussions points, like as you know that the previous slide, please. Previous slide, yeah. So as you see the figures, that the burden of the West on us, like why we are thinking for the recycles and reuse of the West. So we know that it is becoming a challenge for us. Like there are the tons of tons waste are generated annually and globally, and there the unmanaged waste are basically the 70% of it. Like we cannot manage it, we just throw it on a particular landfilling sites, and there it is just contaminating our oceans, our like the lands and everything. And ultimately some days after, it will be ultimately contaminating our groundwaters and all that. So it becoming a problem for managing the solid waste. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah. So now you can understand previous one. Show me the previous one. Anyway, so in the previous slide, what I was bring that concept to you, that there are the different types of environmental impact or the social impact or the economical impact which relates on that management of this waste. So we can manage it for our like to protect our environment. We can manage the waste, that to give a social responsibility for our particular any kind of waste it is. Then there we are trying to value added the products. So that will gives you the another pillar, that is the economical sides of the West. Here, how we can define this circular economy on this particular area. The circular economy, basically, it offers the transformative alternative to our linear take, make, dispose models. So always we are taking the particular waste, and this particular waste, when we are design it, that must have to be have that supports the life, like the life cycle assessment study. So in a circular economy, we always try to repair, reuse, or sharing the goods, sharing the energies, so convert that one particular energy to another one. So like that way, the must have to no release of carbon would be like on that particular process. That is our motto. So there are basically the circular economy can be emphasized on designing aspects of any product, or refurbishing of any products, or the waste what we are basically throwing out for out of any kind of like the places, like as I have also worked with the electronic waste. So in that time, so we are really see that how the electronic waste very managed not in proper way. So there the pupils are really affecting from those who are scraps these materials in a like ground levels. So they are affected from that scrapping itself, because that contains different types of metals, plastics. So if we can think on this area, the life cycle management or life cycle assessment of that the products of anything, then we would be going to the circular economical aspects of any products. Then next slides. Next slides, please. Now, then the entrepreneurial opportunities in West. So there, as I have already discussed, that the circular economy is nowadays a very modern concept in case of the designing, in case of the reusing, refurbishing, keep materials in use for the longer period of time. So previously it was that we can use one TV for 5 years, that is enough. But now the materials must have to come that we should not dispose within a very short period of time. So it needs basically the longer time. It needs basically the longer time. So then the circular economy portions must be workable for that area. So for that we need the innovations and technology. So developing a new process methods, create the novel products from the West, it is very important. Then it ultimately leads to the green job creation. So new industry leads to the employment, supports a sustainable future, because nowadays we heard about the word of sustainable technology. Yes, it is only possible if we can balance these three pillars. Like one is the environment, another one is the societal, and another one is the economy. Then only we can produce the green job out of any market. So that was the motto, that should be the motto of any entrepreneurs when he or she was thinking about that any opportunity that comes out of this West. Next slides. Next slide, please. So now I'm coming one discussions with the greener alternative. Like what could be the greener alternative? Here we heard about the plastics, is it? So plastic is very much like the environment, which creates the harsh on our environment. There are the in different way, like as you know, like those who want the biological backgrounds, that this or the chemistry background, that this plastic is having very complex materials of PET, and that is not degrade very easily. So that could stay a very longer time on this earth. So it is very easily contaminating our surface of land. And these plastics, if it stays in very longer time also, it will be converting into a very smaller particles, less than 5 nanometer in size, which are called the microplastics. And then also it is not reduce its toxicity. So anywhere else it is affecting the endocrine systems of the humans and also the different fishes and also the different animals, though are engulfing it knowingly or unknowingly. So now what could be the better alternatives? So starch-based bioplastics could be the better alternatives or the greener alternatives. So that is the derived from renewable source. Like what could be the renewable source? Like we can heard about that bio. So this bio source are coming from basically the potato, rice, so anything starch, where the product is having the starch, so that could lead to the productions of this bioplastics. So there they offer sustainable substitute for the traditional petroleum based plastics. So of course there are the benefits out of it, like that the it is very quickly degraded in natures, reduce the reliance on the fossil fuels, because whenever whatever the plastics we are creating, like if it is a single use plastics or the phthalate kind of complex plastics, if we just use it in a regular manner, so it will be produced from the fossil fuels. But nowadays, as a sustainable projects looking forward for every businessman or the every entrepreneur or everyone, so they must not like depends on the using of the fossil fuels, as we wants to reduce the carbon footprints. So for to reducing the carbon footprint, it should be very good alternatives that to convert it into any kind like the product development from any greener source. So there are the versatilities of various applications. So there are the research is going on, and I'm also doing a part of these few works on these areas. So there my work is basically on this the starch based bioplastic preparations, and out of the out of the seed waste. So there are the few different types of seeds we like generally eats in the summer seasons. Like you can see next slides, the mango is a very good source of starch, and there the date seeds, like everyone we likes here to have the khejur, what is the local name, that is the dates. So out of when we have just have the flesh, we are not using the dates exactly. Then we can also see that there are the so many there is having the like tamarind seeds, and very quickly this tamarind plant also can grow. So that seeds also we can utilize for that purpose. So next slide please. Next slide please. And another source of this bioplastic preparation is algae. That previous one. Previous slide, please. Yeah. So this is the algae-based bioplastics. So now you have the previous one, please. Previous slides. Don't change the slide. Previous one. Just show me the previous slides. Previous one, algae-based one. Yeah. So this is the algae-based bioplastics, and you can see this is algae. It's very commonly found in everywhere in our rural Bengals or the rural sites, or in the city itself. The pond is carrying this the source of algae. Now only you have to maintain in a proper business model. Then only that could give you the proper source of these bioplastic preparations, and that also have the different like the ability that can capture the carbons. So algae naturally absorb carbon dioxide during growth and contributing to reduce the carbon footprint and cleaner air. So you can see that I was talking about life cycle assessment, I was talking about circular economy, I was talking about the designing a business concept which gives you the product out of that will reduce the carbon captures or reduce the carbon footprint or increase the carbon capture. So here, so if we want to develop this kind of plastics, so additionally it is giving you a very good environmental impact by reducing the carbon dioxide while we are just cultivating algae in the fresh waters. So that could give you the another impact for getting the different types of loans from the agriculture banks itself that you are utilizing and capturing the carbon dioxide. So algae-based bioplastics are an exciting frontiers in sustainable materials, and you have quite some of you may have seen that already algae is used for any paper making, or there are the different types of projects are coming up that to develop the paints and the outer cover of the paints and everything out of that sheets itself. So that is another good source that could be used for the product development. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So now if we see that global bioplastic market size, how it is, if we just see the figure that out of this US dollar 7.49 billion in 2023 and is projected to grow from US dollar 7.41 billion in 2024 to US dollar 56.99 billion by 2032. So exhibiting the curve in 29.0% during the focus period. So it will be our dominating markets. Europe dominated the bioplastics market with the market shares of 48.6% in 2023. So the bioplastic have a market. So whenever you need to think about that any products, so that must have some market values in globally, that it should not be think in a local way. So bioplastic market in the US is projected to grow significantly, reaching an estimated value is also very high, 11.11 billion by 2032. Next slides. So it will help you to choose to like select that what could be the good products that could be brings in the market for the beneficiaries of the human beings. Now, in these particular slides, you can see that from seed to solutions. Yes, the seeds could give you the definite solutions for modeling the bioplastic products, and that for needs to collections, drying, grinding, processing, polymerizations, and the modeling that bioplastics in different manner. So that you have to design that how it could be. So there you can use any kind of seeds, mango seeds or anything else. So that could give you the product out of it. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So this introducing bioplastics also could be possible from the mango seeds. It is also have some kind of advantages and disadvantages. As you know that the cultivations is mango is depends upon very regional climate situation. So you have to think in the time of develop your products or becoming entrepreneurs, that the what exactly the climatic benefits you are getting for development or the agriculture point of view, because that developments of this mango need that proper climatic scenarios. So that will help you to get the raw materials. And abundant mango seed waste from the food processing unit can also be collected, like in the time of you can do a mow or kind of things like there every those who are preparing the flesh juice out of this using the mangoes. So from there also the collections could be possible, because that is the recycling and the reuse of this waste, and from there the extraction should be done. Then the bioplastic creations and the sustainable product could be developed, which are having the very reduced amount of carbon footprints. Next slides. Next slide, please. And you have seen that few products, this type of products already there in the market. So those who are the eco-friendly, and there we are getting eco-friendly tag out of it. So which are biodegradable in nature, water soluble variants, and the cost effective, and also the versatile. That could be used in different areas, like in the cutlery part, in the packaging. Like like there is a research that has come out on 2022, like the packaging industry is producing the huge number of plastic pollutions into our mother earth. So if we can replace these packaging materials with these bioplastics, with the different types of innovative things, then also that could give you the very good market out of it. Next slides, please. Next slide, please. So now I'll show you that these are basically the conventional differences with the bioplastics and the conventional plastics. The conventional plastics is unsuitable because it is an ecotoxic materials. When we are just mixed with that in the dumping waste in our ground, because we are not segregating. When we throw our waste from our domestic house only, that also be wrapped with in plastics, the single-use plastics, then we are not able to segregate the conventional plastics with our biodegradable materials, because in home, when from the kitchen you are throwing anything in your bin, or there mostly the biodegradable materials are there, like all the peels of the different vegetables, fruits, these are only available. But when we are covering this with the plastics, then it is again in a same area. So then again the municipalities and all that, they need to do the segregations in the end of the collections, and that needs the manpower. So now the problem is becoming again the hectic, because there the volumes, the size of the the portions of the materials becoming much more at the end. So the handling and the keeping all that volumes in day-to-day manner, it's becoming a problem on that end. And you have seen recently that how the Howrah is faced the problem due to this non-managing the solid waste management over there. So there the increase the global warming, more energy uses during these productions. If we just consider the production process, like in case of the conventional plastics and the bioplastics, that the energy using, like these things will add value when you will be calculating the life cycle assessment study of two process, the bioplastics and the conventional plastics. Then you can clearly see that this particular energy value is much more high in this particular case of conventional plastics, and leads to the abiotic depletions, reduce the soil fertility, because everywhere else you will see that the plants are not gets the proper nutrient from the soils, because nowadays soil is having a layer of microplastics are covered in every layers. So the plants are getting, though it is a good area, good soils, but the plant is not being very healthy on that areas because the presence of this microplastics as a layer formats in a soil. Now this bioplastics, it is, of course, it is an eco-friendly as all that you can see, that would also possible by using the maize, corn as a source, or the less uses of energy is there. And it also increase the soil fertility, because when it will start decomposing, like when you will throw these things into the soils or anything else, so that could be decomposed very well. Next slide, please. So now the from concept to the commercialization. So wherever we are, so that need to think in the aspects of that idea is good, but when we will think about that to coming into the market, there are the lots of issues are comes. But before of that, we always need to conduct the R&D part of with the materials, and that is extensive research are necessary, or you can have the definite patent, or you can collect the patent if there is any with that products. Or for that you need to set up a pilot productions, like scale up the productions in a controlled environment. Like if you want to convert these things into the markets, you should not start with a huge volume. So there you need to first test it, which is called the test markets. So there you need to develop pilot projects or the pilot productions. Then you have to get entry into the markets with that product niche, or the gather their feedback, like how the people feels about your products, what exactly their feelings. Then only you can comes with the full scale manufacturing. So then you start with expanding your operations, meet growing the people's demand from the regional to region, and local demand you must have to reach. Then only your whatever the concept or idea you have in your mind, that could be possible to launch into the markets. Next slide. So now here I'll show you the top 10 inspiring Indian entrepreneurs success stories. So you have heard about the Nika founder. They are the like she is basically the Indian woman, and this Falguni Nair, then the Mammoth founder. So they are the digital solar scholar founder, the Freshwork founders, Swingy founders, Flipkart founders. So they have made the things possible in this ground itself. So if you can think anything, so one day it will give you some success stories about your products and your journey too. Next slides. Next slide, please. How the entrepreneurs are best. So person in the age group of 18 to 45 years are preferred, like because you need to see the things in a different eye and selecting those who can be developed as an entrepreneur. So you have to become an entrepreneur minds. You have to select the product, as I have already mentioned. Like there must be the waste. What if you want to use the waste? That also you have to need to think. And developing their entrepreneurial capabilities is very important, and that too ultimately show you the path. And there are the equipping them with the basic managerial understanding. Like you have to take the place your team, like who and all will be handled what are the matters, because everything is not possible to continue or run by your own. So you have to depend, you have to hire the proper peoples, the knowledgeable person. in your team, so then it will be possible to secure the financial infrastructures and related assistance and to build your products very quickly. Next slides. Next slide, please. Just enter. Yes, enter, give the enter. No, the previous one, yeah. So here, what entrepreneurs do? Previous slides, yeah. So in middle, you can see like entrepreneurs basically provide us what? The employments, and they can very easily generate the income. So out of it, like the exports or the outputs or the entrepreneurs, when like start working with that, so they generate the wealth. And here the poverty alleviations, taxes, and the government revenues, all the parts entrepreneur must have to know, must have to handle, because if the person is from the technical field is okay, if not, then also he must have to learn the things. It is very important to learn everything from finance to technicality, from technical things to finance to markets. So an entrepreneur is a whole of the process that they should know about the whole thing. Then only entrepreneurs work cannot be lined up, like he must move in anywhere, anytime, anywhere things to handle the fiscals. Next slide. Next slide, please. So these entrepreneurships may defined in various ways, but the four key elements, what we can just line up, that one thing is very important, like innovations. Everyone is saying that this is producing a particular product, but when an entrepreneurships, so he or she will relate the things in a different way. So he or she will open up the things in a different way. So they must learn to take a risk. It is very, very important. Like generally the pupils, we don't want to take the risk because it is really a tough time you have to handle on financially, or anything, like the risk could be in different form. So there must be a vision, as I have already mentioned, and the organizing skills. Like you can see, like these things we generally try to develop when childs they are studying in the school, that to develop something, develop some model, do some work in a team. So that gives organizing skills of developed and inculcate the organizing skills of human beings. So that is very important, because ultimately he or she needs to give a leadership's role into their company. The capacity and willingness to develop or organize or manage a business venture, it is very, very kind of risky things, and they must have to open always his or her eyes to every little objects of the company. The most obvious examples of entrepreneurship is the starting of the new business, new venture, that you cannot limit yourself with in any region. So you have to go always in a like beyond your limits. Next slides. Next slide, please. So need of entrepreneurships increases national productions and balanced area development, dispersals of economic power, reinvestment of profit for the welfare of the area of the profit generations. Development is a functions of motivations and human resource. Like see in like recent times, like generally the people says that the Bengali peoples, they are not know to go to the business, they don't like the business. It is not this kind of way. We cannot segregate the things. It is our national productions are required. Like they must have to have that. Yes. They need to increase the production volume. So for that, that balanced area development is very much required. Like we have to have a market area space, we have to have a manufacturing unit area space. You have already seen, like if any particular city, they have the manufacturing unit where? Not in the middle of the city, no? So they are having it is in the far from the city, or the just in the periphery of the city locations, or there the all the kind of facilities which are available, the good source of water, good source of raw materials, there only that company should be developed. And the dispersions of economic power, it is also important, because it is basically the managerial part, like to distributions and reinvestment of the profit for the welfare. Like if you just think from one day that whenever I'm coming into the business, from day two I'll start making the profit, it is not being taxless always, because the thing you have to give time. Like if you have seen the profit after 5 years or after 10 years, then you have to reutilize this fund for what? For the development of, or which is called the reinvestment, for the development of your organizations, your human resource. You have to invest for them, and that only give you the more and more profit generations out of it, because you are making them skillful, you are providing them a very good infrastructure. So that is very important. And development is a functions of motivations and human resource, and which is lastly, which is very important, that is the awareness. The people must have to aware about their work, that what he or she is coming bringing into the market, they need to market it properly. So then only that particular business ideas that will grow and goes into the market. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So here you can see, like there I have mentioned few steps, like which basically promote us to develop the entrepreneurships, like setting the Entrepreneur Development Institute. In every state, there is the skills university, skillful persons we like demanding from that university institute, that they must be come forwards with this type of projects more and more from this background. So recognize and celebrate the entrepreneurships, because they should know about that it could be the good career for them. So for their career path, they can choose the entrepreneur to become an entrepreneur. You know, nowadays it become very less that the people, or the generally the students, those who are passing out from 10 plus 2, they are not saying that what they want to be. They always says that, they never say that I want to become an entrepreneur. So you have to show them the role model, what, not always the negative sides, because in the journey always you will be having the positive sides of your path and the negative sides of your path. So don't highlight much about the negative side, because that also there, you have to know that facts, but show them that it is also gives you the good startup, the finance, every possible way are there to enhancement of the what opportunity on your origins. And nowadays I think I feel personally that the few of the things has been changed, and the generally young generations, they are coming up with a different startup points of view. they are doing a good startup also. So they reduce the time of starting a business and the case down the complex procedures of the government licensing and other such activities like finance and banking that need to be solved. Like on the process of the journey, it will be solved. So there is not much thinking necessary for this part. It could be managed. And there are the different come ups and startup, they have come up with an green projects, green building, green club. So they are just make the like the encouragements of the new ideas, which must be the greener ideas or any kind of it. Next slides. Next slide, please. So what would be the types of the participants? Doers. Some could be the dreamers, some are the dawdlers, and some are the dudes. So doers are basically, you have seen from the like the previous like they are the basically the achievers. So the dreamers are basically doing something but not their dream projects, and doodlers are basically undecided that what they will do, they don't know. So they are basically abandon their ideas of being the entrepreneur. So in contemporary markets, there are the different entrepreneurs acts are also has to be maintained. So they are the innovators or the developers who identify the capture the opportunities and transform the opportunities into the merchandisable concepts, create the value out of it. Like you have think in a particular concept. So if we can just add up the different value on your product, so this could be marketized in a very good way. So that ultimately gives you the seeking the rewards for their venture and efforts. So like that way, the participant, those who wants to participate on this entrepreneurships, entrepreneurs to become entrepreneurs. So these are basically the types which we can found amongst us. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So you can see these are basically the personal characteristics to become a successful entrepreneur. And here the persistent is very much necessary, because you have to, maybe failure will be there, but you have to again and again try on that to get out of some projects out of it. Then the creative minds are very much required. Responsible, a person must be very very responsible, like when, and that is a quality for a person's, like one cannot be a responsible for a certain period of time and he is not responsible for the other time of his or her life. It is not like that. Who is a responsible person? He is responsible in everywhere. In his home also he is responsible, in his professional area also he is responsible, he is also responsible for everything. So it is basically, it has been seen. And the goal oriented, always the work, you have to target, you have to plan something that you need to reach this goal. So fixed up some goals and then you start developing your things. So your product, your planning, so how it would leads to reach that goal, that is important. And always work in a way that could complete a specific goal what you have planned. So try to work as much as possible independently. Though it is not possible in our society, we have to take a help. But still, if you start like doing the things in independent way, then you can also learn something. So that is also a good point to become an independent. And the self-confident, that you have to become a confident enough to become entrepreneurs, because this self-confident ultimatum that will leads to give the rewards in different different tough time, but don't be a overconfidence. So there you need to learn about that, how we could attribute yourself that you can be a risk taker. So that is very tough, but still a successful entrepreneur does that. Next slides. Next slide, please. And here, another skills are I have missed in this particular slide intentionally. Can anyone say, like, because it could be then interacting. So there, what could be the another skills that a successful entrepreneur, they must have? I know that communication skills is very important. Otherwise, nobody knows. Human relation skills, math skills, yes, problem solving, technical skills. Anyone, anything else you are finding that is missing on this particular slides? Anything your
Ma'am, I
if not,
think
then
body language.
body language, it comes generally aligning with the communication skills only. So here the main thing is missing is the marketing skills. So whatever you are leading off, like the entrepreneurs are looking for, that you have to marketize your products until unless the product will not have the value, because the people, you have very good technical knowledge, you have very good of communicating things with your all the managerial and all the staffs and everything, you are problem solving very nicely, but you have to reach your bring your product to the markets. You have to reach to the markets, you have to sell it. It is very tough. So that is the thing I think it could add over here. There could be the many more, but the main thing is that to sell the product, sell the things is very important. Next slide, please. That are basically the basic business skill. Next is that innovative entrepreneurships. Role of innovations of entrepreneurs, like there are the different types of ways, avenues you have to generate. Like innovations is not that like one will give you the lectures and from the next day you will be learning to innovate. That you have to develop, and the students must have to learn, must have to read, and that ultimately creates the development and reinforcing your brand. That we are talking about the brand values, no? So this brand values, it definitely depends upon that how you are innovating something, like how you are innovating marketing. That could be anything on upon that you are reinforcing your brand values. That could be your product choice, that could be your like the materials, that could be your surveys, so whatever. And the persistent improvements, that your graph should always be in a grower stage. So like it has been seen that like when a company grows, like in that time there are always that company try to go in a vertically. So it growing and growing, so many things it's add up, but it also make a very good stability in a lower part. Otherwise what will going to happen? Only 2 to 3% cannot work, no? So there the stability must comes with a group of persons. So if that teamwork is also present in the lower part of that scale, then that vertical will be in a stand. So that is very important. And responding to the trends and competitions to check, like we can follow the SWOT analysis, like the strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Every product before comes into the market, they must analyze SWOT, like why I should bring it, where is the strength, what are the strength basically. You have to think, you have to design, you have to find out. Then only you can see your threats, and there the development are necessary. The making the best of your existing product, having a unique selling point. So here these things are very much like workable for everything. Like whenever we are selling anything, we are trying to find out what exactly the unique selling points of this particular product. Just I'm giving one examples. Like suppose one a particular tourisms, now they are coming into the market of ecotourisms. So they are starting up the new ventures in a homestay like that. So how they are trying to selling their products, because they have to give the attributes of their particular where this location it is, what exactly the eco-friendly nature they are providing. So there are different pros and cons are there, but still they need to find out that what exactly their selling points of their traveling spot. So that is the thing. So you have to find out always that what exactly the selling points of your product, what you are developing. And you can use for selling of these particular things in a very broad scale manner. You can use the social media, so that could very easily reach to peoples, but you have to be very cautious about this using, because there are so many other persons, they are also involved. So you may not all the time reach the target person, so that you have to regulate by your like your choice. Next slide please. So entrepreneurships and entrepreneurial process, that ultimately it's not that in one day one individual who undertake the risk associated with the creating, organizing and owning a business. It is in process. Starting, running one's own business involves a considerable amount of risk, amount of time. So then it will come. It is always you have to be with that process. You have to give the time to that process. It is not that in one particular time it will be done, then it will not continue again. So you have to think and innovate, and you have to always try to add up some values to your business. Then it could be lead you the some good entrepreneur role to for that business itself. Next slide please. So there are the basic 5 steps entrepreneurial process are required. That is, first thing is that discovery, that what the product or what the process that need to be discovered, like from the particular patent or the particular the process, particular technical things, that you have to develop some concept. Then you have to think about the resourcing, that from how you will be knowing that process, from whom you can know that process, or how you can know the process by your own. So then the thing is comes that actualizations, something we can dream, but when we will think about to bring it into the market level, so that is a different concept. So actualizations is the harvesting, so that ultimately gives you the products. Next slide please. Starting a business, there are understand the procedures, requirements, develop a business plan, acquiring the finance. It is very important facts. You have to be very like conceptual. That is, it should not be like that when you have start your business and then you will start thinking about your business plan and start acquiring the finance. So everything you have to give a budget, prepare a plan that how it could be led. And the very important part to run a business or starting a business, that always you have to keep on match with the legal part of your requirements. Like always follow that legal rules, regulations. There are the lots of environmental rules are there to set up the industry, to do the get the process approvals and everything. So just meet all that things in a very particular way, then that starting a business could be very easy way to run. Next slides. Next slide, please. What is the current situations of entrepreneurships in India? As I have mentioned you, yes, it is like growing situations, as I have already observed in different working time with the different pupils, like they are coming up, the young generations, they're coming up in different concept with the different types of, they leave the jobs to start the organic farming or doing something rooftop farming, the hydroponics and this type of different works. So they are taking that risk, and according to GEM India report, that is 2/1/2022, India's entrepreneurial activity increased, and day by day it is increasing. And there, with over 560 million internet users, India is the second largest online market in the world. So they are having a great potential on these sides to reach the people, what I have mentioned. So changing the perceptions of the people towards entrepreneurships, it's important. It is not that like entrepreneur means that you have to open up any shop, you have to like from only one room a startup are doing a very good business. It is my experience, like they are doing a very good business on different areas, like the people, they are doing the content writings and everything, and they are doing out of this business out of it. So this is very important, that the changing these perceptions. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So there are the different categories and non-categories factor impacting the academic performance. We know that there are the schools, and in like the favor of classroom concept, there are the subjects of the bio entrepreneurships and entrepreneurship. So there we are developing the different types of skills, and there are the goal settings, social skills, that the academic mindsets are being prepared. So academic perseverance are very important, and academic behavior. So these are ultimately gives the academic performance. So there are the different like strategies, like how the people are trying to develop the different types of content on education business itself. So that is also are running. So there are the different concept they are coming with the startup. Next slide, please. So there are the educational designing, emotional events, and entrepreneurial like the competencies developed. So there must what the thing is very much required is the requirements to create something. Like if you want to create the content for suppose a PG students, only all the for the PG students, you can do something, you can create some easy things, and now the people will try to see your things, your like understanding your concept, your products in a very way. So there could be the entrepreneurial competency could be developed on this manner. Next slide, please. So there are basically the first steps that education through entrepreneurships is there the value creation attempts and addressing the social challenge and addressing the everyday problem. This is important. And first part is always required the team-based value creation. Like you cannot do anything alone. So you need to have a very good team. So creativity through the team is very important. Engagement. Engagement means that to have the good technical knowledge, that to have a very good team, those who are producing the products, and perseverance. It is a very, very tough thing, but it is required because we know that business can have the failure different times, different risks need to have to take. So there you need to have more passionate about your work, then you can identify the growth of the ultimatum. Next slide, please. Now, nowadays, the pupils, if we can see the aspects that females, they are also become a good entrepreneurs. So they're basically, I'll show you the few pictures also. You can have their names very quickly and you know them, but here the women entrepreneurs, they are also coming up, they're accelerating into the markets, they are meeting the commitments of the pupils, and they are doing a very good business in societies. Next slide, please. These three pictures are very ideal pictures of the entrepreneurs, woman entrepreneurs. So one person is the Indra Nui. So she is the board of directors of Amazon and others. And another person is Kiran Mojumdar Shaw. She is the managing director or the founder director of the Biocon. And Falguni Nair, she is also the founder director of Nykaa. And you know that their tough journey, whenever you will be finding times that you please read about them, then you can be motivated enough to that how much struggle they have done in their life. And the Kiran Mujumdar Shaw Biocon, when she has started her company, she was started from a garage, like one garage only was there in her hand, and everyone know about now the company, about the Biocon, and it is on global level that works. Next slide, please. So here you can see that humble beginnings, as I have already mentioned, that Kiran started her career as a master brewer. She pursues the fermentation science studies in Australia. Biocon Genesis started in the year of 1978. She founded Biocon in her garage. It began as an industrial enzyme company. So now think about that. What exactly requirements was with that lady? That time she don't find anything. Only she was having one garage, and there she was a very good brewer. So she was started developing enzymes, and now she is giving the skill talent. She is acquiring the best skill talent of the world or of the India. Next slide, please. Pioneering biotechnology in India through her involvement comes up with the different products, enzyme productions, biopharmaceuticals. In 1990s, like in 1978, she has set up the unit and she has started her journey, and from there 1990 she has developed the biopharmaceutical leaves, then the affordable different medicines. So she is a leader of this woman entrepreneurship's world. Next slide, please. It is very important to overcome hurdles, resilience, and innovations. Funding scarcity, securing the initial capital was a major barriers. Every time we have seen so many companies, so many things, they have stopped working due to the lack of funds, lack of traditional banks. They hesitate to give the funds to that entrepreneur. So Next is that the proper talent acquisitions, finding the right person in right time. It is very important, and finding the specialized biotechnologists in our cases, it was the sector. Then the regulatory complexities, it must be there in every business, and the market acceptance. Like whenever you are coming with any new products or anything, people not used to used to with that product, so they may not shift their choice for your products. And it is your duty, it is your capacity, it is the entrepreneur's capability to penetrate into the market, to extend into the markets. So this market acceptance is very, very carefully need to be handled. So these are the hurdles, of course. Next slide, please. And there are the modern avenues of the women entrepreneurs are there. So there are the different training skills, skill development units are there. World Bank Institute, they funded women entrepreneurs. Grassroots management trainings are there. So they incubate enterprise support teams. That is also there. Different DBT, Department of Biotechnology, Department of Science and Technology, they incubate, they facilitate. So you have to grasp that things. Collaborating is very important aspects to become a leader, or to start anything, or to do something in these particular fields. So which is called the incubations in case of the microorganism. The same thing, the business idea must have to incubate properly with the proper temperature, with the proper persons, proper handling team. Then you can come with that idea one day into the markets. Next slide, please. Scheme for different schemes are there for the women entrepreneurs. So there the traded related entrepreneurship assistance are there. The scheme has the different components to provide the assistance to women entrepreneurs through NGOs for non-firm entrepreneurial activity to build up the capacity of entrepreneurship development. Like there are the small scale industries, MSMEs, all are there. To create the entrepreneurship development training facility through NGOs are also possible. So like there, you need to start, you need to come up with an particular ideas. All that schemes are there, so you have to be able to use all that things, then that would be possible. Next slide, please. So there are the challenges everywhere. Women entrepreneurs, they are very much dependent on their cultures, and their lack of informations may sometimes not give them that level of opportunity. But nowadays, as we are belongs to our 80% to 90% of the time on digital areas. So I personally feel the information nowadays is we can have in any time, from if we are willing to have. So there the sensitivity issues are there, stiff competitions, of course, that is required. That always competition gives the betterment for your product developments. And if suppose you are doing something, there is no competitor, then you will be stacked one day. So it is good to have a good competitor on your fields. And the problem of finance, limited mobility, lack of educations, lack of network supports, that are basically the challenges. But the pupils, those really become a leader of entrepreneur worlds, so they are facing these challenges, they are winning these challenges, and they are trying to give the to possibilities to run their business successfully into this society. Next slides. So now I can conclude these things in a manner of that there are call of actions that ultimately join the green revolutions. As an environmental workers or environmental thinkers or enthusiasts, I always feel that something, if we can try out of it, so reuse, recycle, innovates, waste to value-added products. Investment are necessary, some advocacies are necessary. Education is ultimatum that will give us to reach the sustainable practice, and that is possible one day to reach. Next slide, please. So now I'm concluding my talk over here. So if you have any questions, so I'll happy to give the answer, or I can discuss with you or any concept or anything else. Am I audible? I have completed my part. I have completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
ম্যাম ম্যাম বাংলায় ডিটেল করতে পারি?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলো।
হ্যাঁ বলছি, যদি ধরেন কোনো মানে এই ইন্টারপ্রেনারশিপ নিয়ে বলছি যে কোনো কিছু যদি বিজনেস করতে চাই, তাহলে সেটা কিভাবে বুঝবো যে মানে মানে ডিমান্ডটা কিভাবে বোঝা যাবে মার্কেটে, মানে ফিউচারে সেটা ডিমান্ড থাকবে কিনা? মানে বর্তমানে তো বোঝাই যায়, কিন্তু ফিউচারে কোন প্রোডাক্টের কিভাবে,
কিসের ক্ষেত্রে বলছো? যে কোনো প্রোডাক্ট?
এমনি হ্যাঁ যে কোনো প্রোডাক্ট।
আচ্ছা, তোমাকে ডিমান্ড বোঝার জন্য আমাদের একটা ম্যানেজমেন্টে একটা কথা আছে যে মার্কেট সার্ভে। তোমাকে প্রথমত একটা মার্কেট সার্ভে করতে হয় যে কোথায় এক্স্যাক্টলি দ্য ডিমান্ডস এক্সিস্ট, মানে তোমার প্রোডাক্টটা যেখানে তুমি টার্গেট করছো সেটা হতে পারে, তুমি যদি ধরো তুমি এমন একটা কিছু সফটওয়্যার ডেভেলপ করেছো, ইউ আর লাইক টার্গেটিং টু দ্য এডুকেশনাল ইনস্টিটিউট, সেটা হতে পারে। আবার হয়তো তুমি এমন একটা কিছু প্রোডাক্ট বার করেছো যেটা তুমি টার্গেট করছো যে তোমার যারা আর কি মার্কেটে যারা মানে শপকিপার্স তাদের কাছে হয়তো সেটা ডিমান্ড হবে। সুতরাং তোমাকে ফার্স্ট আইডেন্টি করতে হবে যে হু আর ইওর মার্কেটস। সেখানে তোমাকে একটা মার্কেট সার্ভে করতে হবে। সার্ভে মানে কি, যে তোমাকে বেসিক্স কিছু কোয়েশ্চেনারিজ অ্যাবাউট ইওর প্রোডাক্ট and the product values you have to like make that questionnaires, not very tough manner, just very simple things যে আসলে মানুষ কি চায়, how you can reach their demands, that how you can meet, so what exactly they want. So this market survey ultimately will give you that demand that could be fulfilled by your test marketing. Suppose you have made something very in a small scale, just go for the test marketing, take the feedbacks, then you can understand that for your product the demand is created or not. So suppose I have started a test marketing with the bioplastics, which are already few starch based plastics are there. I have developing other formulation, that is a different things, but the few things are already there. So I have tie up with the different companies, and now I have started with the different municipalities, different corporations, that ultimately who is using the plastics mostly, that the markets. So I'm focusing through my work that is that penetrating in the markets, is that solve the solutions to the people, it really gives any solutions to the people. That first you have to identify, and then only you can check that your product ultimately will leads to that demand or not.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you, madam, for your wonderful session. We learned a lot and really enjoyed your enthusiasm and energy. It was very inspiring. Now, I would like to invite our Now I would like to invite our Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Professor P.K. Sir, to say a few words.
Well, dear participants, and particularly Professor Dr. Swati Nandi Chakraborty, who I know for quite some time, and I don't have to tell anything more about her at this point because you have heard her just now, and you know how capable and competent and erudite she is. I would just like to share one thing that I had some opportunity to work together, and I saw how dedicated she was as a researcher and doing research on e-waste, which is in the unorganized sector. Huh? Oh, okay. Which is in the unorganized sector. She had to venture there. And obviously, you understand that in the unorganized sector, there were certain legality issues and all. So, not very happy about her visiting the places. And they were trying to put up resistance. And they were questioning and they were a bit suspicious who she is and what she's doing in the e-waste study. But I would say that she persistently carried on and finished her wonderful work there. This I know. And I am sure that there are many questions in the minds of the participants. And I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, the participants, I would again invite Dr. Nandi Chakraborty, if she is available and agreeable, then in future sessions, maybe it would be more of a question answer like, and where you will have opportunity to put forward your questions. And I would thank her once again and hand over the mic to formally put vote of thanks by our ESL students. Thank you, Dr. Chakraborty. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining
sir.
us.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you
formally,
for
they will
giving me
present
the
the vote of thanks
opportunity.
now. Formally, they will present the vote of thanks now.
Now it's a time for a vote of thanks. We extend our sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, faculty member and dedicated teachers for their unwavering guidance, support, and tireless effort in making this academic endeavor a resounding success. We also express our heartfelt appreciation to our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, for gracing this occasion with their insightful presence and inspiring words and their illuminating lecture. It would be incomplete if I don't mention about their guidance of Ramijit sir, Madhuri sir, and Deep sir. Without them, this program couldn't have happened the way it has been. Finally, we acknowledge the invaluable contribution of everyone, particularly our ESL colleges, directly or indirectly, who helped make this memorable event possible. Thank you, and we look forward to see you in our next event. Thank you.
Thank you. So may I leave, sir?
Yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
yes, Doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So, if this meeting is over now.